Hello, this is day one of my new knife review. This is going to be the EnZo knives pk70 from Finland. So the simple carton package, nothing here. I don't think that there's any knockoffs of this guy, so unlike Spyderco and other brands, you don't have to worry about that. Here's the warranty information card. Pause as needed. A bit of a Star Wars scrolling. Alright, other side. I do believe this is finish. Apologies if I'm incorrect. So this is my first finish knife, pocket fixed blade otherwise, and I purchased it from Lamnia.com, and I have to say I'm extremely impressed with Lamnia. This is not sponsored at all. This is my own personal knife. I bought it. It's mine. But Lamnia, like, I'm used to getting a simple bubble wrap thrown in the mail and it gets squashed and sat on and beaten up. They have a heavy-duty carton package to hold the knife, and that's great. Yeah, so back to the knife review. So thank you, Lamnia. That's I really respect your attention to detail packing that guy. Back to the knife. This is the EnZo pk70 in green micarta. So it's decidedly brown. This is not green. But in Finland, they have no sunshine and they drink lots of coffee. Who knows why they can't tell the difference. It is a beautiful knife though. So I absolutely love polished G10, polished micarta, just polished scale work. And it feels like once they assembled this knife, before they put the pocket clip on, they took the whole unit to a buffing wheel and they just polished the dickens out of it. A good example here is you can see the micarta scale, and then you can see the liner, spring bar, liner, micarta. It is all completely flush, and all of the grinds from the polishing, it looks like one solid piece. You can only really see it when I grab the nail nick and I start, get that to focus, when I start opening the knife, you get that little bit of a lift, and that's all you can tell that it's not one piece. It's a smooth slip joint with a 50% lockup, then there's the 100% lockup. So again, open, then it's 50%, and then closed. It is a two-hand opening, unlike, say, like I have the Manly Wasp beside me. If I want to, I could get this all the way open. It takes some doing, but you can get it open with one hand. This guy is, you must use two hands where that's a concern. So it is a nice light press. There's no rough start. It's just nice and light all the way through, very smooth. The polish work here, it looks like they continued it. It is completely level and flush. You don't feel a transition. There is a bit of a U where the blade stock meets up with the spring, but you don't feel that at all. It's just been completely polished, and I do believe it is completely flat. Then it drops down to the Puko style blade. This is the Scandi grind version. It comes in both Scandi and full flat grind. The full flat grind, I believe, is a V micro bevel, whereas this is a 0-point grind. I am very blunt. I am ignorant of how to maintain a 0-point grind. I'll have to rely on some form mates and get their expertise on that. My understanding is that you would lay this on the stone, and this is actually your angle. The whole edge of that is going to be when you're sharpening it. Yeah, so it's a CPM S30 V American powder steel. And the other thing I like about this guy is if we can look into the liner, it's not skeletalized, it's a solid steel liner, but when you get down here, you see that there's actually a stop pin nested in there. That stop pin makes contact. You can actually see the wear mark on the blade. So the stop pin, it's a very satisfying thunk when it closes. that click is not the blade contacting the spring bar or the liners, it's the back of the blade contacting the stop pin, and there is no travel at all. When I push down on this guy, light hard presses, there's no blade travel. It's not bottoming out anywhere. The blade is, there's a little swell up here. There's no danger of this snagging anywhere in my pocket. It's a very nice, people call it dehorned design, and from the side profile it's nicely humped. Unlike if you look at like a Spyderco, look at this. Here's a Spyderco Paramilitary 3. A lot of the Spydercos are just very boring, flat G10 boring things. This is a lot of care went into getting this guy together, and I appreciate that. So getting this out, here is our EnZo PK for pocket knife 70. For a size comparison, here is the Manly Wasp as it was out. Here is a Spyderco Delica, and add that one out too. Bring this guy out as well. This is the Paramilitary 3. So you can see this is a shorter knife. That is not a bad thing. I prefer the smaller knives. And then we'll put these guys closed. Flat edge. So you can see that this guy truly is the smaller of all of those, which is fine. So this is day one. I did have this guy out for a little bit to get a little bit of play time before. I do have to get used to it in the hand. It does feel alien as it's a new knife to me. I don't know how I feel about any hot spots or the pocket clip. Oh yeah, I forgot. The pocket clip is a deep carry pocket clip, and I do appreciate the design. There's a lanyard. It looks like you can get like one strand of paracord through there, and you can tie a lanyard off on that guy. And they have 2 screws, so you're not in danger of this guy torquing, pivoting on you. It's also, they used recessed screws, so they drilled it out and then they recessed those nicely. They are Torx through the entire construction. And yeah, so this is the knife. It comes, quoting my friend, it comes scary sharp out of the box. So I'm just going to start the cut, and I'm just going to keep the knife stationary and just drag it along the entire edge of the blade. It is very, 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 very sharp. So I am truly impressed with that. The Manly also came very sharp out of the box, but this guy performs differently. It's not better or worse, it depends on your task. But the Scandi grind with the Zero, it just performs differently. So here is a piece of wood, and then this guy just effortlessly bites in, and it lifts up large curls of wood very easily. So this is just a simple folding knife, and it's just very good at working the material. I still have the Manly out. So again, it's not better or worse, it's just different. The Manly, it takes thinner curls of wood versus the Scandi grind. So I'm actually trying to get a curl off here to show you guys a little bit better. So from here, get a couple of these guys off. I have a couple of curls. Actually, that's not a very good example. There we go. So this guy, the Scandi grind, it's capable of taking off like big meaty chunks of wood from like, all of these are very thick curls of wood, whereas the full flat grinds, they tend to just kind of, even when I'm working at like a 45 degree, they take off like a little bit thinner, shallower pieces of wood. And again, it's not better or worse, it's just different. If you need to remove a lot of material quickly, this guy is just chewing through wood very quickly. Again, not better or worse, it's different. That's all it is. So yeah, this is the EnZo pk70. The 70, I think, is supposed to be under 70 mil. Getting a read on that guy, it is under 70 mil. It looks like it's 67 for the blade length, and then for the cutting, looks like it's 67 as well. So it's a 67 long and 67 from here to the cutting length. So it's right up my alley. I do appreciate the smaller knives, and yeah, just pushing this guy. It's very little effort to get this guy to bite into material, and he has no problems going between materials at all. So again, so that's it. This is, again, day one. I'm looking forward to playing with this the next 30 days and letting you guys know what happens. Again, for this review, it's my knife, my money, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. If there's any failures, I will report the failures. Specifically looking for failures in metallurgy. Different companies do different heat treats. S30 V is not the same everywhere. It's a more mature steel now, so people should know what they're doing. But my goal is to maintain the factory grind on this. It's not, again, my goal is not to put a wicked sharp edge on this and do a mirror polish. And I just want to act like a normal human being that would have this knife, not a super knife fanatic, and see, can I maintain, will this knife serve me well over the next month? So that's the goal of this whole endeavor, and I appreciate your time watching this video. If you have any comments or things you'd like to see specifically about this knife, size comparisons with other knives, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to accommodate you. Yep, that's it. So thanks much for watching. And that's, again, I switched back very quickly to the Manly Wasp, and you can see the difference. So the Manly Wasp has nice fine curls with a full flat grind, whereas the Puko style Scandi grind is just taking off big. Actually, that's a very good example. Full flat grind, Scandi grind, bites in. All right, thanks much. Take care. Bye.